Start off with a few things. One, from a good program down there in Georgia, over 40 starts, I believe. Came up big in some of the biggest games for that program that's used to playing in a lot of big games. He gets the ball, and I'm just telling you, just the physical attributes, and then the fact that I got to know him a little bit in terms of his personality when we went down there for the pro day. Had a great dinner with him, great interaction, the seriousness he has about football, the focus he has as a young man. I was real impressed by that, and you could just tell there's some grit there about him and a willingness to get better. And I can't wait to get him to Joe and Simo in terms of those guys coaching him up and seeing where it plays out. But like really, really excited for him, and congratulations to his family and congratulations to him and Coach Smart and the Georgia program for helping that young man on his journey.
Questions? What kind of vision do you have for him fitting into your defense?
The main thing, we talked to Omar and his staff. We just want good football players, and we try to put them in by position, but just in general, defensive back, a good football player, someone that can tackle, someone that has some speed and explosiveness. We're trying to be an explosive unit out there on the field. So those are all traits that he has, and then having a football IQ when you talk ball to him. There's a level of intelligence there that is intriguing, and knowing the system he came from, that makes it even more intriguing. But like to say where he's going to be, just good football player, and like most of those guys, you got to start. You just got to play hard, earn the trust of the veterans, and then we'll see how it plays out in September.
You talked about physicality with corners last week when we talked with you. Does Daylen kind of fit into that mold, and where does it show?
Just you got to see the size. When you meet him, he's well put together in terms of his build. Again, I love the seriousness on his face. I'm not trying to make a read on just a guy, how he's going to play as a football player by his demeanor, but his demeanor is what we're looking for. I know it's going to fit the mold of what we're trying to shape here with the Pittsburgh defense. So, and what has been in the past, but it's just really good demeanor about this guy, and he has all the attributes to be a real physical presence out there on the perimeter.
When you have a guy that tests fast like this, how do you get him to play fast at the NFL level quickly?
Playing fast is playing with some anticipation, and that's a big role for the coaches in terms of helping eliminate variables for the players. That's what I talk to the guys about. In order for us to play fast as a defense, as a unit, it's our job to help eliminate some variables for you so that you can, because what we do is different. We're playing defense. The offense calls plays. It's a little bit different, and so that's the way, and he'll get that from reps, watching film, experiences. He's going to have some experiences out there on the field to learn from, and it'll come for him.
You got an Alabama receiver and now a Georgia cornerback. You're looking forward to some of these battles between the rookies and Cam Patrick.
Well, it'll be competitive, I'm sure, but they'll find out once they get here. Nobody cares. A lot of respect for those guys, and they know it's a joke, but it's go time now.
How ideal of a situation is it for him to walk in here with Jalen and Jamel kind of being mentors, with Joey as well, I guess, at this point?
You have to ask him, but the main thing for me is veteran players they helped me on my path in the league. When I was a coach, I learned a lot from a couple great players when I was at my first stop, and I'm sure it's tenfold for the players when they learn from those guys because they spend more time with them in the locker room, going out to dinner and stuff. So I'm sure they're going to pick their brain. It's probably a lot more than just the football part. It's probably about the body, how to maintain your body. Time management, because it's totally different. Everything was laid out in college, and now you have it now where you're going to have a lot of free time, and how do you manage your time, and then how do you say no? That's going to be a big part of it. So I'm sure just the personalities I've met so far in the locker room, it's going to be a great benefit for them. And then the football part, it's our responsibility to coach those guys and then put them in the right position to be successful. And the veterans will give them some insight, I'm sure.
Patrick, you guys have some big corners and some veteran guys. Did you highlight someone with his elite speed as something that you were looking for to add to the league?
When you look at the position in terms of what we value, in terms of what we're trying. The ideal is, height, weight, speed. That's what the league is all about. I would say pretty much at every position is height, weight, speed. And so if you got someone that's big, has some length, can run, and has some size to them, it's a positive. Especially going back to it, our division, and then also dealing with the teams that we want to face if we're fortunate enough to get to, playoff time. The teams that consistently are in the playoffs, you need those physical guys to combat what they do on offense, and more importantly, but also on special teams.
Two more. How do you feel that he plays in man coverage?
How would I give the specifics about that? He has all the skills, the tools to do what we're going to ask him to do, because I know this, we're going to play some man, we're going to play some zone. So, he's a good football player, and, all the rookies have a ways to go, and so that's not unique to anybody from tonight, or last night. So, but I'm very pleased to have him on our team, and I like his skill set.
Led Georgia with interceptions and forced fumbles this year in PBUs. How did that ball production show up on tape, and how attractive is the ball production that you put up in this game?
We mentioned it the first day we talked to the guys. It's about the ball. If you get the ball, I tell the players, because there's no depth chart right now, if it's open audition for ball hawks. If you can get the ball and you show a consistency getting the ball in practice, in preseason, we'll find a way for you. It's going to be hard for you not to make the team. It's about the ball. Anytime we could take away possession from the offense, especially with these fourth downs that come up that add onto the possessions, it's so big, and it's always been big, and it's a big factor in winning games. So that's high on our checklist for every position.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.